Good day, ladies and gentlemen. It's me, the one and only Adrian Chambly, and today we're going to be reviewing Crash Bandicoot. Crash Bandicoot came out in 1996 for the Sony PlayStation and was Sony's unofficial mascot for the PS1 era. It was developed by Naughty Dog and was one of the first 3D platformers to be released. Of course, that same year, a little game called Mario 64 was also released. Sonic 3D Blast was also released that year, but I don't really count that as a 3D platformer. Anyways, story time. An evil scientist named Dr. Neo Cortex has mutated animals so that he could take over the world. A bandicoot named Crash, which is you, is going to be experimented on as Cortex intends on Crash being the leader of his mutated army. However, Cortex's vortex rejects Crash, and after a quick chase, Crash falls out of a window, washing up on Insanity Beach. With Crash gone, Cortex and his assistant, Embryo, intends on experimenting on Crash's girlfriend, Tana. So, the mission is simple. Race up to Cortex's tower and save Tana from the evil clutches of Dr. Neo Cortex. Anyways, let's get on to the gameplay. Crash's gameplay is very simple. You go from point A to point B while avoiding enemies and collecting items like Wumpa Fruit, I used to call them peaches actually, gems, Aku Aku masks, and extra lives. It's pretty much your traditional 2D platformer, only it's 3D. Jumping and spinning on enemies is your main form of attack. You can also jump and spin on wooden crates and break them open to obtain the items that I mentioned earlier. As for the wooden crates, I'll get to those later. The controls are precise and don't take long to get used to. Although there's no joystick support, you don't really need it anyway in my opinion. I've always played my Crash games with the D-pad, and honestly I think it's the best way to play it. I must say that I love the level variety of this game. You have beaches, jungles, great walls, streams, ancient cities, temples, annoying bridge levels, and many more to explore. Now let's go back to those wooden crates that I was talking about earlier, and now I think it's time to transition to what I hate about this game, trying to get 100%. Now in order to get 100% in this game, one of the things you have to do is get all the gems. How do you get all the gems, you may ask? Break all the crates in every level. Simple, right? Well, it's not that simple. If you die while trying to break the boxes, you have to start all over again, because when you die and you hit a checkpoint, all the boxes respawn regardless. So in other words, you have to break every single box without dying, and that is a pain in the butt, especially in levels like Slippery Climb and Fumbling in the Dark. And I didn't even mention the bonus stages yet. There are bonus stages in almost every level. How do you get to the bonus stages? By finding Tana tokens and Embryo tokens in every level. You have to find 3 in each level, and to be honest with you, they're not that bad to find. The problem with the bonus stages is that they are one of 2 means of saving the game. And if you fail the bonus stages, you can't go back to them, so you have no way of saving the game if you fail. Well, there is one way of saving the game if you fail, and that's by getting the gem for that level. Fun, right? I didn't even mention the Cortex bonus levels. How do you get there? You collect Cortex tokens. And what's bad about these stages is that you need to beat them in order to unlock the secret levels of the game. And of course, if you die, you can't go back. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the main problem with the game. It's outdated way of saving, and how much of a hassle it is to get 100%. I tell you, trying to get 100% in this game is not fun. It's actually really tedious. It just becomes such a chore, and honestly, I gave up on it. I got about 92% in the game. On the bright side though, the boxes in the bonus stages don't count towards your box total, so that's a plus. Also, I didn't even talk about the music. The music is incredible in this game. From the main theme, to Heavy Machinery, to Generator Room, even Slippery Climb. I love the music to Slippery Climb even though the level's annoying as all heck. And graphically, this game still holds its own pretty well. It does show its age a little bit, but it's still a nice looking game. I'm still impressed to this day by the waterfall effects at the upstream and up the creek levels. Overall, Crash 1 is a good game, but I feel like it just could have been a little bit better. And with that being said, we did get a better version of Crash 1, and that's Crash Bandicoot 1 on the Insane Trilogy. Also comes with Crash 2 and 3. For those who have been living under a rock, the Insane Trilogy is the first 3 Crash games all revamped for their current gen. Let me just say, Crash 1 on the Insane Trilogy is the definitive version of Crash 1. The graphics are much better, the gameplay has been tweaked for a smoother experience, you can save anywhere now, and best of all, you can now die while trying to collect the box gems without any penalty. Well, except for the colored gems, but there's only 6 of them, so I'll take what I can get. But then again, Slippery Climb is one of those levels, so yeah. It's also worth noting that the boxes in the bonus stages now count towards getting the gem in every level. But on the positive side, you can actually revisit the bonus stages, and that includes the Cortex stages that have the special keys that unlocks the secret levels. As for any problems I've had with this version of the game, I did find it hard to adjust to the jumping a little bit. You do land a lot faster when you jump, and this does cause you to adjust your timing when jumping over platforms and jumping on enemies. And for stages like Road to Nowhere and a high road, it's a pain in the butt. I actually find these levels less of a pain in the original game, but other than that, this is the version of the game you should be playing. Yes, the controls do take some time getting used to, and the music isn't as good as the original, but I'd much rather play the next gen version than the original version. Overall, the original game gets a C. The ridiculous requirements to get 100% and the horrible save system hold this game back for me. Like I said, it becomes more of a chore than an actual fun experience at times. The Insane Trilogy, however, gets a B. They improved of almost everything, but the controls do take some getting used to, and like I said, the music isn't as good as the original. Not bad by any means, but just not as good. I hope you enjoyed my review of Crash Bandicoot, and I hope to see you here next time for my future reviews. With that being said, if you like this video, be sure to smash that like button, give that subscribe button a good KO punch, and I'll see you next time. Thank you very much for watching. You have a nice day, take care of yourselves, be safe, and let's keep gaming fun.